I saw recently you said to Chris Phillips that it's been one of the hardest times of your life, let alone sort of your footballing career. Just elaborate a little bit on just what you mean by that, if you don't mind.
I think where that comes from, obviously, all I've known is football and playing and being active, obviously, from when you're young, and then just like you go into every season with like the hopes of doing well and playing, and then obviously an injury like that happens where it takes everything away from you, and the challenges that comes with it, but mentally and learning like to deal with it and being away from something you love so much and you care about and not being able to help. So watching it and knowing you can't affect or anything, or knowing that you're not going to be able to play football for a long time, a long period. That's where the challenge of the mental side comes, and I think more than physically, the mental side is probably a lot harder to deal with.
Johnson then fires it out to the right-hand side. Hugill wants to turn away from Noor. Husin looks like he grabs Hugill's arm there, and then they both go down. The referee calling for the medics to come on. Husin, you may be able to hear the applause there. He was back on his feet, but walking pretty gingerly.
Timber's got his Timberlands on. He was
nerves. That's the first time a team at the top of the league has given up a 2-goal lead to a team at the bottom.
The first time ever?
Some stats.
They might end up being a worse team than all.
Yeah.
They need one more point, right?
I think so.
They're on 10 now.
This stage is all about getting the mobility back, build the strength back up in my leg, like your quads, glutes, all the different parts that help support the knee. So I'm at the part, got to build the strength back up before you go into running and stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
What do you feel when you're doing that? Tightening?
Yeah, a little bit
around the front,
but a little bit behind as well.
Okay.
At the end. Yeah, mostly it's you do mobility in the morning, so bike, some soft tissue work with John, and then now it's a little bit more mobility than strength work mostly. So I've got to strength the legs back up, so lower limb, quads, hamstrings, calves, and glutes as well.
So see that got cancelled at one side.
Isn't it 5 months post the injury occurring? Just how hard has it been? How have you been in yourself?
Like you said, 5 months. It's been tough, especially at the beginning. But I'm doing a lot more functional stuff now. Seeing some light at the end of the tunnel, and just working hard, and hopefully we're getting there.
What's that one?
That was a Vodafone. Yeah. 2002-3 maybe.
The blue one, guys.
I've got the blue one, yeah.
I'm sure I've
Alan
seen you.
Smith on the back. What a player.
I can say I've played with him, bro.
North County.
Yeah.
Some team that. So Ramio.
Yeah, Amiobi, John Stead.
John Stead.
Yeah.
Remember it?
Yeah. I've seen you. I swear I've seen you wear it.
Yeah.
Do my abductor squeezes.
What's your favourite kit of all time?
Oh, favourite kit. England, it'll be 2000 Umbro. Lampard used to wear it, the white. It might be like 2008 maybe.
2008, didn't qualify for the Euros.
Yeah, just got the thing of Lampard wearing it. Umbro white.
White, don't narrow it down, does it?
I need to get a picture up.
What about Chelsea?
It's got 3 lines on it.
What's sort of been like some of the hardest things that you found day to day with being out injured?
Yeah, initially it's just accepting it, getting your head around what you've done, and then obviously the surgery itself is quite painful for the first few weeks. You lose a lot of like your independence. You can't do things by yourself, just normal things. Getting around the house and having to rely on other people. There's that stage of it that's difficult, and then you get into the rehab side of it. Yeah, every stage I think it's got the different challenges that you've got to come across.
And even coming to games at the start, was that something that you sort of avoided, do you think?
Yeah, like I said at the start, the biggest thing is accepting it, which it took me a while to do that. So yeah, it was always difficult to go to games or watch training. Yeah, it makes it so much harder, but yeah, you get over it.
So what does like a typical day look like for you at the moment when you're injured? What sort of, how does it change to when you're sort of fit and in the team?
Yeah, I think when you're fit, you obviously be preparing different, doing pre-ab before you go training and just getting your body ready to train. Whereas now, most of my days, I literally just doing what I'm doing today. So just building the strength up, and yeah, it's obviously completely different. I'm based inside and just doing strength work and getting my strength back to where it was pre-injury.
Yeah. And understand as well, you do a bit of work here and then head over to David Lloyd as well afterwards. What sort of stuff can you do there that's different that you can't do here?
Yeah, just they've got more machines I can use for my strength stuff. And then also I do pull, do sauna for recovery, so mainly for that.
Is there anything that's like surprised you about, you know, how tough it is, or not being able to be out there on the grass with the lads?
Yeah, it's way more tougher than what you think in your head, and yeah, you still deal with it even at this stage. Obviously you have days where you have good days and you think, okay, I'm maybe not too far away, and other days where you feel like you're a long way away from it. Yeah, so that's the difficult part. But yeah, you just got to keep going and hopefully, yeah, before you know it.
How do you keep sort of mentally sharp as well?
Yeah, I think personally, like that's probably the hardest part because you're consumed every day with your knee. So first thing when you wake up, I think, oh, how's it gonna do today? How's it feeling? And then at the end of the day, it's the same thing. You're thinking, oh, how's it feeling? And if you've had a good day, you feel positive and you think, okay, I've made progress. And other days where it might not go the way you want it to go, and you've got to get over that disappointment of it. But yeah, mentally, I would say it's probably the toughest part of it. But yeah, I try to do things away from football with family and stuff, which I've not been able to do, to take your mind off it, even if it is for like a day or two. But yeah, that's the difficult side of it.
And you mentioned family. Have you sort of leaned on them a lot?
Yeah,
they've been a help.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, my family, missus, especially at the beginning. yeah, they help you get through the days, like the difficult days. But yeah, I think that's probably the biggest thing to have is a good support system around you to help through difficult times. Yeah.
And was there sort of one particular moment, I mean, maybe at the start, but that you sort of really had to dig in as well?
Yeah, definitely at the start. Yeah, like I said, you just think, why me? Why has it happened to me? And but yeah, even now, for example, like I said, you have some days that you still struggle and you still think, like you still, I've accepted it, but you still think, why has it happened to me? But you just got to get through it.
Is there anything in particular that you do to try and switch off when you're back home, or just to take your mind off things? You mentioned like podcasts this morning.
Yeah, that is one. Yeah, I like watching or listening to different podcasts. Yeah, I don't know if any of the boys would listen to it, but Cav gives me a bit of stick for it. But yeah, there's a few comedy ones I watch, and then I like listening to Joe Rogan a lot as well. Yeah, just mostly podcasts. And
not picked up any new hobbies then? You're got better at cooking?
No, to be fair, I'm not bad at cooking.
Yeah.
I used to do dinners for Chaz, so he's probably the guy to ask. But yeah, no new hobbies.
What about the lads you mentioned? Because you room with Chaz, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We live together, yeah.
So not just him, but everyone. Like, have they been a good support for you?
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's been great with me, to be fair. Yeah, we have a really close-knit group, and yeah, from the beginning they're always there messaging or sending messages of support, or like I said, we might go out for coffee or dinners with a few of the boys just away from here, and yeah, they've been good.
Noor, is there any sort of particular like milestones that you've sort of reached that you've ticked off along the way so far?
Yeah, mainly you lose a lot of muscle mass, especially at the beginning. So yeah, I've managed to build up quite a bit of the volume back up. Hopefully the next milestone, you do a strength test before you do some straight line running on treadmill. I should be doing that hopefully in the next week or two. So yeah, hopefully I pass that milestone.
Yeah. And do you set like little targets along the way as well to keep you focused on things, or because it can get a bit too consuming otherwise?
Yeah, I have targets in my head of like when I'd like to be back, just with the timeline most people are given with ACLs, but yeah, everyone's different, like everyone reacts differently. Some people, like, you might have a little setback that puts you back a while, or things might go really well, and yeah, I think it's difficult to set exact time frame on it, but yeah, you keep ticking them off in terms of checklists that you have, and then hopefully back out there.
And it must be hard, like watching the lads train. Is there ways that you can sort of stay involved with things and keep connected to the lads?
Yeah, this is, like I said, probably the most difficult part. Yeah, you come in and then everyone's in here doing their bits before they go out, and then most of the time you're left on your own, and then you got to get on with it. But yeah, away from football, for me, we have a good close knit group. We've done stuff as a team in terms of boys and going out. So yeah, it's good in that sense. Do you know what I miss, Cards?
What?
Getting new boots, man.
Oh, I bet you do.
When there's new ones coming out, like the X's now, I think they're 50s even.
Really?
Yeah.
I see you in them blue vapors.
Yeah.
Leon's got on.
Has Leon got vapors on?
Yeah. And I think he suits them as well.
Oh, really?
That's too legal.
Oh, I thought Hops was waving at me. He's waving at the fans.
I've got some boots in there that you'd like, Noor.
Old school.
Some old school babies.
Yeah. Do you know the cream ones with the black? I've got like 3 pairs at home.
They're the ones
this morning,
I think
brand
I'll
new.
wear it, like, if I think
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think your boots, innit? Do you know what I think of before that though? Is the ones that I've got in there.
Yeah.
Have you seen them? The
Pink ones.
no, where it says Nike on the inside.
Yeah, that kind of shiny.
Yeah, I don't even know what name they've got.
Is this the first major injury of your career? Would you say?
Yeah, I had. Yeah, in terms of time period, yeah, this been the worst one.
Has it changed your perspective on football at all?
Yeah, I would say so. You realise, I think how. First of all, like you take it for granted when you're playing, and then you realise how much you obviously miss it when you're not being able to do it.
Does it play on your mind as well that you're out of contract in the summer? Does that come into your thinking a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, naturally, you think, like I said, you think about all these things, and obviously I've been here a long time now, and yeah, obviously I love it here, and I want to continue playing here, and hopefully I will when I'm back playing. But yeah, they're things that you naturally think about, because yeah, if I was fit, and you'd like to think it's in your hands, and you can earn that contract, and you'd like to think as a player you normally do that. But in this situation, it's one of those where it's out of my hand, and yeah, I've just got to focus on my recovery and getting back to playing and getting fit, and hopefully the rest takes care of itself.
I actually always like to count the loom, just profile.
Yeah. Good in, yeah. He's picked up a bit as well. Can't believe he went, like, he was on a free. Like, I watched the interview saying he was out of contract. Like, you think even Prem players, they still stress like about.
He was like, didn't really have loads.
Yeah. Saying like he was like that period of uncertainty. Like, you think you're gonna get, like, you played in the Premier, like you're one of.
At the moment, you've got Cards and Ralphie in there with you, and I suppose that may change, you know, through different months and time periods. Does that in some way help, you know, to have those guys alongside you at times? Yeah,
I mean, you never, especially when you have a long injury, you obviously, you realise how difficult it is. So when you see other boys like in this, like, you don't want them to be injured, you just want, like, you don't wish it on anyone. You want them to be playing, and just like yourself. But yeah, obviously they're in there at the moment, and yeah, it helps in the gym seeing them, so I'm not always by myself and having to do my stuff and knowing to talk to. So yeah, that side of it, that it definitely helps, and yeah, hopefully them two will be back out there a lot sooner. Do you put a timeline on when you could see yourself back out on the grass? Yeah, I mean, playing as well. Yeah, the surgeon gives you like the timeline, and I've seen him recently, and they say 9 to 12 months, and he said I'm on schedule, the way things are and my knee is at the moment, to be back, hopefully playing, running by the 9 to 12 month mark, most likely the later end of that. And yeah, I can't rush it because there's a timeline on it. I've got to make sure the knee's right and I feel good and physically strong, and not just get back to, because that's the time period he's given. I've got to make sure the knee's right and it's stable, and so far he seems happy with the progress, and I'm at a normal stage. Obviously I want to get back as quick as possible, but yeah, he seems very positive.